Hello everybody, it's Stephanie aka Business Chic Mama. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited because I'm going to be talking about, for my first video of the year, Etsy SEO in 2019, specifically Etsy search. What is Etsy search? How does it work? And how you can benefit from knowing some tactics that will help you get, a little higher ranked on the search. So let's talk about that Etsy algorithm, which we always want to know what's going on with the Etsy algorithm. Well, to be honest with you, the Etsy algorithm is constantly changing. It's constantly tweaking. But the major changes before 2017 was that Etsy used to be based on recency. And that means that when you listed a product, you would get that boost and go to the top of the searches based on that you just listed a new item. So obviously the more items that you were listing, the top of the search you would go, and then of course if you were selling those items, then you would stay on top. But now it's more about relevancy. So you can be listing a product and it's selling like hotcakes. Etsy is going to keep you on the top of those search listings because it is converting to sales. So the Etsy search has two parts. There are two phases of how the search works. The first phase is query matching, and then the second phase is ranking. So what is query matching? That's when a buyer will enter a search term or a query, and Etsy is going to look at the entire inventory that they have that's going to match that search term. Etsy is going to look at your titles, your tags, your categories, and your attributes. How can you help yourself? The first thing you can do is make sure you're using all of your 13 tags and filling out everything that you can in order to optimize your listing. You want to make sure your title is complete with not just the short tail keywords, but long tail keywords, which means how specific, a little more specific in what your search term is. We'll go into that in just a second. Make sure you're filling out all the listings to the best of your ability without the keyword stuffing. That means just throwing a bunch of keywords like you're throwing some pasta on a wall and hoping it's going to stick. Make sure that you're, just really thinking about what the customer is looking for and try to diversify all your tags so you have a greater chance of being found on Etsy. The second part of the Etsy search is ranking. So after Etsy gathers all those matching terms, it's going to rank you. And it's based on a variety of different factors. The first one, of course, is relevancy. How relevant is your product to what the customer is searching for? Always remember now, Etsy is favoring the buyer and they want to give the buyer exactly what they're looking for as quickly as they can. The more relevant you are, the better chances you have of appearing at the top of the search. Your listing quality score. This is how well does your listing convert? For example, you have two listings and 10 people visit, but nobody purchases. The second listing, 3 people visit, and you get 2 purchases. Your conversion rate on the second item is going to be much higher, obviously, because you got no sales on the first one. So Etsy will choose that listing before it chooses one that is not converting. Recency. Etsy has stated that, of course, you're going to get a small boost if you, list a new item or you renew it, but it's only a small boost. You've got to make sure all of these other factors that we're talking about are in place to improve your chances of being found. The next item is customer and market experience score. What is that? Well, that's really just exactly what it means. It's the great reviews, it's your complete shop policies, it's filling out your about section. If you have any cases against you, those actually are going to hurt you. Or if you have any intellectual property infringement, of course, that is going to hurt your chances of being ranked higher. So just make sure you have a clean slate, a good product, good customer service. That will help you tremendously. Etsy has stated the next item is shipping price, and Etsy has specifically said that most customers, this is so important for them, if you can offer low or free shipping. A high shipping rate is actually going to deter a lot of customers, and you really have to see if you can probably just put it into your price. Just increase your price a little bit to decrease your shipping. I know it kind of is a mind thing, but it does, Etsy specifically talks about this. There's nothing that we can do if our hands are tied to Etsy's policies. We kind of have to just follow them. The next item is translations and language. So when you first open your shop, you're going to choose the language, your original language that you want to have your shop in. Etsy will translate the language into, all of the different languages that Etsy has on its platform. And this is done, obviously through the computer. You click on the button, it says translate. But if you can do the translations to another language, like, obviously English, you want to have something if your first language is not English, you want to make sure that English would be your second choice. And if you can translate on your own, it's going to be just a higher quality. Shoppers' habits. What is this? This is the technology that Etsy used, part of their algorithm called CSR, Context Specific Ranking Technology. That sounds like a mouthful, but what is it? So that's when Etsy is going to show each customer what they are most likely to click on and buy. And each customer is going to have a unique experience. Did you know that Etsy shows not all of the same products to the same people? They're going to look at what you've purchased in the past. They're going to look at that algorithm, and the algorithm's going to kick in and see what your habits are like. What are you most likely to buy? And that fancy algorithm will go and spit out all the information to that buyer and show them what they are most likely to purchase. So this could be different if we both search for the same terms. They might be different. We might be showing different listings. So for example, if I'm looking for an orange maxi dress, I might be shown something completely different than you, depending on all those habits. And that's where that technology comes in. So what can you do to have a higher chance of success with Etsy, the SEO and the search? Make sure, of course, you're relevant. It's all about that customer experience. Update your shop, and that includes your policies, your listings. Refresh your SEO every, I'd suggest like every maybe 4 to 6 months. Just, make sure that your search engine optimization techniques are working. Use your long tail keywords, which makes sure that you are using those more specific phrases that the customer might be looking for. Use variety in your keywords to test to see which ones are working, and make sure you use multiple images. If you just have one image, this is going to really hurt you. If the customer can't see different versions and maybe different, just maybe showing it, if you're selling jewelry, you're showing it actually being worn on a model, this is going to help increase your conversions. Now there are so many other details about Etsy SEO, and we're not going to get into that in this video, but I hope that you enjoyed and you also found this content helpful. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel and you like my videos so I can provide more valuable content for you. In the meantime, just keep pressing on. We're going to be going over techniques and things that you can do to help increase your sales from 2019 and beyond.